guys, how are you? I wanted to make this video today because I thought I would share my personal favorites for 2014. But my favorite makeup I have in front of me, and I guess we'll just go through it. So, after showering, of course, and cleansing your skin, I moisturize. And the only thing that I've found that I like to moisturize, because I'm very, very oily, especially in my T-zone. I still can be quite oily everywhere else except like around my mouth. That's very dry. But I like my Cetaphil DermaControl Oil Control Moisturizer with SPF 30. This is the only thing that will absorb into my skin. It's the only thing that absorbs into my skin and does not push back out, because usually moisturizers will push right back out and then I become an oil slick. And for primer, I don't use a primer. I know a lot of people will cringe at that, but with my skin, I've not found a single primer that does not push right back out or turn me into an oil slick within an hour of using it. So primers just don't work for me. I have heard recently that that new Smashbox primer, I think it's purple-ish, is good for oily skin, so I would like to use that or try it. Otherwise, yeah, I've not found a primer that does not turn me into a slick within an hour. So I just don't use them, and my pets are fighting, of course. Alright, moving on to foundation. For this year, I've really fallen in love with the CoverGirl Queen Collection All Day Flawless 3-in-1 foundation with SPF 20. Sorry, I've got to get used to this viewfinder. And the glare. Yay, glare. This has been my holy grail of foundation. It's probably the only foundation that does not break down within a couple of hours on my face. And it keeps, I won't say it keeps the oil from coming through, but it doesn't break down on me. So even though the oil comes through, I can still pat it off and the foundation is still there. It does not come off with the oil, which is good because it's hard for me to find a foundation that does not break down on my face because I'm just that oily. It sucks, but yeah. And my favorite concealer for the year, actually I don't know that this is concealer, but I took it as concealer, so I have it, has been the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser Dark Spot Treatment Corrector with vitamin C and goji berry. Like I said, I don't know that this is actually concealer, but I've been using it as such, and I love it because it dries pretty matte. And it has pretty good coverage. I use it around, before I put on my foundation, I'll use it around my mouth and my chin because I've got a lot of hyperpigmentation there. So it hides that, and I like that. So this has been what I've been using, and I love it. Let's go with finishing powder. I love for finishing powder for drugstore. A lot of my products I have for drugstore don't have a lot of high-end. Working on it, but I'm not there yet. I've been loving the NYC Color Mosiac, or Color Mosiac face powder. 724A, it's all over bronze glow. I'm dark enough that I just use this as a face powder. A myriad of colors that will work for pretty much any skin type. If you're going to use it as an all-over face powder like I do, I would recommend using it very lightly and then building up to see if it really does darken your complexion. It could or could not, but as dark as I am, it does not. So I love it. For highlighters, I've got several for the year. I'm going to start off for my winter highlighter, which I use when I'm a little bit lighter during the winter time. It is the Bareminerals Face and Body Luminizer in the many Splendors. This was a limited edition holiday collector's item. It came with a big fluffy brush, which I really don't use all that much, but I love the packaging. It looks like shattered glass and or like a diamond effect to it. I love it. And it has a huge mirror. So, you know, it's good for on the go. But I love it. It has 3 different colors, which you can blend together or separate to get the effect that you want. I usually just swirl the colors together and highlight where I want to highlight. I absolutely love this. It has been my favorite, and I really don't use a whole lot of, I use 2 others, which I will show you right now. For the summertime, I also have the Bareminerals Ready Color Boost, and The Beach is Waiting. It has this beautiful rose gold packaging, and I love it. It's so pretty. It has 3 different colors. It's got a matte bronzer, which really doesn't show up on me because I'm pretty dark, and then 2 other shimmer colors, which I do swirl all 3 together and I will use. And I love this when I want a summer look, a summer bronze look, and it's just amazing for me, and I love it. And then for a drugstore product, I have the E.L.F. Healthy Glow Shimmer Powder. It's in, there's several numbers back here, but it's in Golden Glow. It doesn't have a mirror, but it's a good drugstore highlight. It'll probably work for more medium to darker complexions because it's kind of a darker golder tone. I love this too. I use this quite a bit. Moving on to blush. I don't have a lot of blushes, but my favorite for this absolute year has been the Bareminerals Ignite. This came in a kit that I got. I love it. It's a good universal cover. I think will work great for all skin types and all skin tones. I am wearing it today. I don't know if you can tell. It looks really dark in my viewfinder, but it probably isn't. It'll probably show up right on camera, but it just looks really dark right now. But I am wearing it and I love it. Oh, and I'm wearing this too as my highlight today. Moving on to, let's go to eyeshadows. I've been using these 2 palettes religiously all year. I really have not used anything else. Well, I have 3 actually, but I bought this for holiday last year. It is the E.L.F. Neutral Palette. I broke the top off. I've been using this so much, I've dropped it a couple of times that it has broken off. But these are the colors, and I love this. It is great for all skin tones. It has both warm, cool, and berry tones, and even one little terracotta color, which I love. It has everything from light shimmer to a matte black, which you can tell. I've hit pan on a few of these because I've been using this so much this year. I love it. Another E.L.F. palette that I got for holiday, I absolutely love, is, and I love it. It has so many gorgeous colors that go with everything, and I use this too. I haven't really hit pan on anything in here yet, but because I use the neutral one even more. Now, for something that is sold year-round, I have the Sonia Kashuk Eye on Neutral Matte Palette. It's good for transition shades or to wear alone. It has so many good colors, and these are good colors to use for any look that you want to do. It's got some darker tones that you can use for transition and or your outer V, lighter and of course for highlight, and it has a good black and a good gray for if you want to go for more of a smoky look. I think this is a great palette everyone should have. And you can get this at Target because it's Sonia Kashuk and it retails for about $20. I have loved this all year. It is the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion in Anti-Aging. I love this. It is one of the very few primers that do not crease on my eyelids because along with my oily face, I have very oily eyelids, and this does not break down. It lasts a good 8-9 hours on me, and I love it. I have been loving these color tattoos by, this is Maybelline too, 24 Hour. This one is in the color Back to the Bronze number 25. It will hold up for a good, I would say 4 or 5 hours on me before it starts to break down a little bit, but for a base, I think it works great. If you have drier eyelids, it will not budge. But because I'm oily, it kind of breaks down, but not awful. I guess that's the word I'm going for, I really can't say. Anywho, I love it and I really recommend it. For liquid eyeliner, I love my NYC liquid eyeliner. It is super black. It's very, very matte. It has a brush tip instead of a felt. I don't like felt tip liners. I don't like them. I feel like they dry out on me. And I just like the brush because the product's on the brush and it dries matte. It does not have a shiny finish. I don't like liquid eyeliners that have a shiny finish. This is great. I love it. But I love my Bareminerals Lasting Line Absolute Black long wearing eyeliner. This is great for me. I love it. Let's see if I can get the focus. There we go. I like this because it doesn't budge after you put it on, but you can smoke it out. So you've got a little bit of playtime there. And it's great. I think it's a great staple for anybody who likes black. I also have it in Forever Brandy, which I use for more daytime. Yeah, I love it. For all over face, like to set my foundation, I have the Bareminerals Full Flawless Face. I got this with a kit. I will say for this brush, it does shed quite a bit, but that's pretty known for these brushes. For my blush, I usually use my Real Techniques blush brush. I love the way it feels going on my face. I will also use this on occasion for finishing powder, but it's nice and soft. It's synthetic fibers, and I love it. Ugh, the cleanse. For foundation, I will use my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. You can tell I need to wash it. I haven't washed it in like a couple of weeks, so it's kind of stiff, but this is great for stippling my foundation into the skin. It is more dense, so I don't feel like I'm losing a lot of product, even though it tends to be the case, I guess, for some people, but I love this brush for my foundation. I also have this fan brush that I've been using all year. It is the Bareminerals Light Stroke Fan Brush. I tend to use this for my highlight. I will just kind of, you know, blend it in up here and down on my cheek, a little bit on my cupid's bow, and then my chin. It has been a great brush. It's very soft. I believe this is synthetic. I'm not sure, but it does really well, and it has a light touch, so, you know, it's great for highlight. You don't want to pack on highlighter, so. And then for multiple uses, I've been using my E.L.F. small stipple brush. This is like $3. You know, it's good for everything. It has the duo fiber, so if you want to use this for foundation, you can. It's lighter, so you'll have more of a natural finish, so, you know, it's not like packed on like what I like to do. Moving on, for eyeshadow, I have several brushes that I use. I have my regular E.L.F. Professional Eye Crease Brush. I think this is great for getting into the crease and shadowing it out and, you know, smoking things and blending. I use this more for my tear duct, for my lighter shadows, and my brow. Then I have my eyeshadow C brush, also by E.L.F. I like this for packing on my eyeshadow and then smudging it out just a little bit. For blending, I like my contour brush from E.L.F. because it's great for blending, so this is what I use for blending. And oh, okay, getting back to concealer, I'm doing this out of order, but you know, this is the E.L.F. concealer brush. This is great for getting in the corner and blending out my concealer. I still use my finger quite a bit, but this is great too. For my brows and for like the rims and the corners of my eyes, so get those darker shades in, I like my E.L.F. small angle brush. It has a very small tip. Let's see if I can get the focus for you guys. And it's kind of a thinner point, so it's good for getting in your brows and blending in your whatever product you're using for your brows. Speaking of brows, I've used this a lot lately, or beginning of the year into the middle of the year, but lately I've just been using black eyeshadow. But I've been using the Maybelline Eye Studio. I guess it's just black, there's nothing back here. But I love this for my brows. I really do. And for my eyes, or liner. But for my brows, I think it works great. It works for me. I'm pretty dark, so a lighter brown I don't know, it doesn't look right for me when I have black hair and black brows, you know, even though they're sparse. I just don't like having a brown liner on my brows, or brow setting powder, whatever. I'm losing my voice already. I have this problem. And then for separating and, you know, through my brows, I love this is a Sonia Kashuk spoolie. It has a really pretty, well, I won't say pretty, but it's very basic, but I like the white. It's different from all my black E.L.F. I can't talk. For contour, I will use This is also Sonia Kashuk, so you can get this at the store. I've been told this is a pretty good dupe for the NARS cheek brush, or, you know, for contour. I love this. It's really good. I don't think it's as dense as the NARS, but it comes with a mirror. So this, you know, it's kind of hard to use when you're doing this. You know, you kind of need a different mirror, but if you're just touching up, it's good for on the go. So, you know, it really does. It's really convenient for other things other than using it while you're using the brush. For lashes, I will use my Revlon eye curler. It's just a basic everyday curler. I don't have any fancy ones. I like this. I do like this better than the E.L.F. lash curler because I feel like I'm not replacing the rubber part as nearly as often. This is, I want to say, like $5. So the E.L.F. one is $1, you know, but I think for $5 this is still a pretty good buy, and I use it all the time. Moving on to lips. I really don't do a whole lot with my lips. I'm not really big into lipsticks. I always use chapstick. It's always my base. I love chapstick. It's convenient. It's everywhere. You can get it from anywhere that you go. I love it. Now if I want some color, I've been using the Revlon. This is just the Revlon. It's, I forget what it's called. But you can find these wherever Revlon is sold. And as you can tell, I've used it up quite a bit. I use it all the time. It goes with everything. I love it. This is in the color Honey 001. That's the number. I don't want to mispronounce this. So, Duce? Honey Duce? I'm going to assume that's what it's called. And for glosses, the only thing I've really loved and have been using are my Bareminerals Marvelous Moxie glosses. The two I've been using all year, absolutely all year long, is Rockstar, which is 65064, and then Wow Factor 72723. These have been my go-to for everything all year long. For cheap mascara, I've been using the Wet n Wild Mega Impact Mascara. This has been really good. I've been using this like from fall until now. Beginning of the year, I was using the Bareminerals Lash Dominator. I can't remember, but I love that one too. They both separate really well, and they also give me great volume and not much length, but volume. I've got semi-long lashes, so yeah. And then for the inner rim, I love to brighten that up area. I love to brighten that area up. Oh my god, I cannot talk. I've been using the Rimmel Scandal Eyes Waterproof Kohl Kajal. I'm assuming that's how you say it. In Nude, it's 005. This has been great. I have a white one too. I used that at the beginning of the year, but then I discovered this one. And I like this one so much better because it's not as stark. It's more natural. Even though I'm still dark, it doesn't look as stark on my eyelid. And I'm dropping everything today. And then at the end of the day, to take off all my makeup, I've just been loving, and I've loved this for years. It's Kroger brand Makeup Remover Cleansing Towelettes. I get these for everything. These are like all-time favorite makeup wipes because they're not super damp. I don't like when they're too damp because then they get in my eyes and it burns. This does not get in my eyes or burn my eyes. I love this. They're gentle and they get everything off for me. Personal favorite. You can get them at any Kroger brand store. So like here we have Fry's. I know in California it's Ralph's, Fred Meyer, and other places. Yeah, any Kroger brand store you can get these, and I love them. Alright, that's everything. I hope you enjoyed this video. I feel like this cut off at some point. I think it did. And I'll have to tape these two together. Ugh, I hate when it does it to me. But I really hope you enjoyed my favorites and great recommendations for anything. Work with me on editing. I'm still working on that, so I'm sorry if it's not the best in editing. I don't have the best setup or background. So, thank you very much. I hope you all have a great night. Bye!